Welcome to DC Vigilante. And wow, man, I just can't believe some people. I really can't. It's right. I like America. Don't get me wrong, but there's one thing I'll never agree to, and that's their approach to guns. Okay, we have a Joker movie coming out about a psychopath. Like, we've had millions of movies like this before, from horror to thriller, like Shining and everything else, right? And just because a madman, somebody that was feeling depressed, somebody that had something wrong upstairs, right, actually chooses to gun down people, shoot them, injure them, and as I say, hearts go out to all those people affected and everything else, right? But to say that it was the movie's fault, which the guy wasn't even in watching, or had probably never seen the film, it could have been anything. It could have been Lassie, it could have been blooming Anna of Green Gables. Then he chose to decide to shoot these to lose it. But because it was like a film that featured the Joker, this film stands out. Even though we've had a lot of people in movies, like John Wick or something like that, shooting people, hundreds of people, Rambo and everything else, people then suddenly, no, that's fine, that's okay. But because I'm surprised Disney's not even grabbed onto this, right? It's about a mental breakdown and everything else, but we have loads of films with guns and ammo. Maybe the biggest problem we have here, well, not here, but in America, is that you allow people to buy guns, period. Allow people with some sort of depression to buy umpteen different kinds of guns, from a law that is ancient, right? From a law that was put down years and years ago of the Wild West, right? Talking about the Wild West, where that seemed to be the way of life back then. It isn't today. Just like we can't have World War One or World War Two because our weapons are that sophisticated that we couldn't actually build. There'll be no point in trenches anymore, okay, and digging down in no man's land and everything else, right? We're living in a world just now with Big Brother's watching, okay, where there's therapists, psychiatrists and everything else to deal with these issues. But unfortunately, probably the welfare over there, or wherever it is, that actually is out there meant to help these people, because they haven't got money, they don't have they get the proper help. So instead of looking where to get the proper help, it's much cheaper than buying a gun. And instead of attacking a movie, which it is, which every sane person, 99% of America will go and see this film, and not somehow be, this thing's making me crazy, and not be affected by it, because you know that it's a certificate. That's why you get a certificate movie. Okay, over in America, I believe it's an R-rated. Over in Britain, in the UK, it's a 15. That means people of 15 and over can see it, but nobody underneath that, because the brain, the mental approach to this type of film is really not for anyone younger than 15. How they came up with the number 15 and thinking anyone above 15 is okay to watch it, I have no idea. Maybe some tests were done, but it saves the young one from being influenced, right? And you get 15 and all kinds of movies. You get a 15 or R-rated movie when it comes to love or musicals. You get that certificate and everything, because it might have. But again, you could be infected by a film if it's a U or a PG, which is like parent guidance. It's one. U means it's universal, right? That every person on the planet can see it. It's for everyone, every kid. PG just means parental guidance. Get your parents along, right? It's not that bad, but maybe you should check it out first, right? But even these films, like Basil the Great Mouse Detective, I know had effect on my niece, on my and she had nightmares over what do you call it? The Ratigan and the mouse. You cannot stop filmmakers of film companies making films. Otherwise, you're destroying art. You're destroying. You're saying it's okay to make bad movies, cheesy, unrealistic movies, in case somebody gets the wrong end of the stick. Right? People can get the wrong end of the stick watching nursery rhymes. Okay? It is ridiculous. If you want to stop mass shootings in cinemas and buses and schools, prevent anyone from buying a gun. Problem solved. That's all I have to say. That's DC Vigilante. That's my truth.